Hi, my name's Angus. I'm 11 years old and you're watching Angus Investigates. My guest today is Mark Reilly. He is an ex-footballer. His daughter Dionne has Rett syndrome. Thank you for being on the show with me today.
It's great to be here, Angus.
So I hear you're doing a couple of crazy challenges this year. Can you tell me a bit about them?
Yes, I'm doing 2 challenges this year, Angus, one of which is the Marathon des Sables, which is a self-sufficient race in the Sahara Desert. It's over the duration of 1 week, 6 days racing and 1 rest day. So that was due to take place in April, but it's been postponed until October. And it's normally, the distance is about 156 miles in the Sahara, and it's self-sufficient, so you have to carry all your own food and your sleeping bag, etc., and it'll be really warm, so it will be difficult. And my second challenge, I'm hoping to do round about May, June at the latest, if local restrictions are lifted, is to run 100 miles in under 30 hours between some of the football clubs I played for in Scotland. So I'm starting at St Johnstone in Perth, and then running to Motherwell, which is about 60 miles. And then from there on to St Mirren and Paisley, which is about 20 miles. And finishing at Kilmarnock, which is roughly another 20 miles. So 2 different challenges, but both of them will be very difficult. Yeah, I think especially the 100 miles in under 30 hours. At least in the Sahara, I'm getting a rest in the evening before I go again the next morning.
Yeah, you'll be boiling the whole time, and it's crazy that you can even do this.
Yeah, I think temperatures can go up to about 50 degrees during the day, and they will drop to around about 10 degrees in the evening. So I think that will be the most difficult thing for me to adjust to is the heat in the Sahara, coming from a town called Belsill in Scotland, where it's always cold up here. So yeah, that'll be a big change.
Can you tell me about your daughter Dionne, like how old she is and what she likes doing?
Dionne's 12, and her favourite things is definitely eating. She loves eating. She loves her food. She still really enjoys her food. She loves playing with the dogs. We've got 2 dogs, Manny and Milo, a giant schnauzer and a South African Mastiff. So she loves the dogs. So today we went a walk in the park with the dogs, and she really enjoys that, going to the park with the dogs and in her wheelchair or her buggy. In the fresh air and watching people. She really enjoys being in the park and observing and looking round about her, see what's going on. So she really enjoys that. So that's probably some of her favourite things.
Can you tell me about your highlight of your career?
The highlight of my football career, I was very lucky. Very lucky, Angus, to play in the Scottish Cup final, which would be the FA Cup in England. So I played for Kilmarnock against Falkirk, and we won 1-0. So I've got a Scottish Cup winners medal. So that's probably been the highlight of my football career, I would say, yeah.
Can you tell me a bit about when Dionne was diagnosed and how did it affect your family?
Dionne was diagnosed with Rett syndrome in 2011. Prior to that, she'd been going in and out of the hospital up in Glasgow, the Sick Kids Hospital in Glasgow, because we knew around about 11 months that she wasn't quite right. She wasn't making any attempts to crawl or walk, and she had really bad reflux at that time. So she was going to hospital appointments and to the local hospital as well, which was Wishaw General. And after about a 2-year period, they decided that they didn't know exactly what was wrong with Dionne, but they thought she had a condition called global development delay, which is just a broad spectrum for there's something wrong with her. Don't think it'll be curable, but not exactly sure what it is. So it was the following year in 2011. We were actually on holiday in Florida, and we were going to one of the theme parks, but the rain came down quite heavily, and I went on my laptop and Googled neurologist, and there was one 20 minutes away in the local area. And I phoned up, made an appointment with the doctor's secretary, and managed to get Dionne to the clinic within 20 minutes, which was great. So it was a male doctor. He was really nice. Asked loads of questions about Dionne. Did some physical movements with her. And after about 20 minutes, he'd said to us, I don't think what Dionne's got is curable. He said, I'm not sure exactly what it is. He said, but if you would like a diagnosis, I can get that within 3 weeks. We just need to take some blood samples, and I need to send a few of them to the other side of America, to a lab on the opposite side of the States. And I need to wait on them coming back. The rest of the tests we can do here. And that should take about 3 weeks, but I'll definitely have a cure for you. Sorry, not a cure for you. I'll definitely have a diagnosis for you. He said, but just to reiterate, I don't think this is going to be curable. So that's what happened. And we come home a few days later, and within 3 weeks, the doctor emailed us and let us know that Dionne had a condition called Rett syndrome. At that time, we didn't know anything about Rett syndrome, and he advised us to Google it, read up on it, and then give him a call back in a few days once we'd come to terms with exactly what Rett syndrome was and what Dionne had. And that's what we did. At the start, it was devastating for the family, because when you read up about Rett syndrome, the first thing that hit home to me, there's no cure for it, and all the various other things that come with Rett syndrome, like scoliosis, seizures, etc. So initially, it was really difficult to accept that this was a life Dionne was going to have going forward. So that was tough, but you've just got to come to terms with it, and then try and do the best you can for Dionne.
What is the best thing about being a professional footballer?
Wow, that's a really good question. The best thing about being a professional footballer. Do you like football, Angus?
I'm more into rugby, but I do play football at school a lot. It's not really. It's more of just like a tackling mixed with football. It's just whoever has the ball, you go and tackle them. That's basically.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah.
That sounds good. So the best thing about being a footballer, when it's your favourite thing in the world. When I was growing up, I was a wee boy your age and even younger than you. All I wanted to do was play football and be a footballer. So it was my dream. It was my passion, my love. So really, really enjoyed it. So to be able to do that as your job is just incredible. So I think the best thing about that was just getting up in the morning, getting up every morning, knowing that you were going in to play football with your friends. I think that was the best thing about it.
So
everybody thinks a Saturday when the game's played is the best part. That is good, but being able to do it every day with your friends is amazing.
Yeah. So my final question for you is, what are your hopes and dreams for Dionne?
I've got so many hopes and dreams for Dionne. We'd obviously like her to have a long, healthy life with no complications. She had major surgery last year on her spine. She had scoliosis in her spine, and she's made a really good recovery from that. And Dionne's been really healthy. So I just hope that continues. My dream for Dionne, I would love to be able to communicate and have a conversation with Dionne. That would be my dream. And if one day she was ever able to speak to me and call me dad and tell me she loved me, I think that would be my dream. I think that's the thing I find most difficult about Rett syndrome, is not being able to have a conversation with Dionne. So that would definitely be my dream. And my hope is that she stays healthy for as long as possible.
Thank you for talking to me today, and I hope you do well in your challenges.
Thanks, Angus. It was lovely to speak to you. Take care.
Bye.